go live right now. Let me see what else is going on. Let's see what else is going on. All right, nothing there. Nothing there right now. Oh, okay. All right, base. Okay, it's coming and going. Coming and going. I'm going to point it this way a little bit. Let me point it this way. And point it like that. Oh, I don't want to see my ugly mug anyway. Let me try something else. Let me try the airband. Let me get rid of marine band. Okay, just airband. So let me put this mouse over here. Okay, oh, it's a little slow right now.
Center 0 with Lima.
Okay, let me pause that. Let me hold that, excuse me.
After LaGuardia, heading 040 for 4 right, looking for the Arnav Yankee.
Alrighty. Alrighty. A little loud there. Ooh.
I say the heading after LaGuardia again for Delta 330.
Alrighty.
140, thanks, Delta 330.
Here.
Okay, well, once you set pushing towers, then we'll port sector cover. Down 8,000 feet, down 631. Two 998, descend 13,000, Delta 330.
That. Okay, find that. Yep. One trip over that. All right, let me that there right now.
Alright, return hang 190, Delta 631. Okay, 170 an hour, 854. Okay, so 6 out over the tower. Next week is 854. Alright, heading to 210-3000.
Breaker 4808
Oops.
19 for each.
Whoops. Live ATC.
After LaGuardia, heading 140, Breaker 4808.
Yeah, that's definitely LaGuardia. Live ATC.
Percent 8,000.
Net. What frequency is that? That is 125,700. So of course I'm going to look at it here. 125,700. 125.700.
180 heading Delta 330.
And that is going to be definitely in the New York area. So that's probably going to be, I don't know, JFK? It's not going to be JFK, is it? Let me see, New York approach. Let me see what else we got here. Let's see what else we got here. Yep. That's JFK. So that is JFK, actually. Wow.
130,298, Breaker 43.
So that is, yeah, New York approach.
Approached off the 1064.
Yeah, New York approach. You heard it, right? Oh, so you just heard it. New York approach. JFK.
The heading is 140.
Why are they mentioning LaGuardia, though? Why are they mentioning LaGuardia if it's JFK? Anyway, New York approach. Let me lower this down for a minute. I'm using the Discone. It's a Discone antenna. Let me show you a picture of it. Actually, let me go back here for a minute. Let me just put it right here, and then I made it. I got videos on it. Actually, I'll just show you the video. Let me just show you the video, and then you can see which one it is. It's equivalent to the Tram 1411. But I'm gonna put it anyway. Let me just put the if I have the thumbnail of the video. This is this one. Okay, I wanna mute that. So let me put the just gonna put the picture of it when I show it. Let me pause it. Oh my god, are you kidding me with this loading nonsense? Anyway, that's the packaging right there. Sorry, let me just move like that. That's the packaging right there. That's when I made that video. Let me lower this thing. Sorry. That's the packaging when I made the video. When I put the video when I put the antenna up on the roof. It is it's an old video. It's already a few years. Anyway, the brand is called Jetstream. Discone type antenna, 25 megahertz up to 1300 megahertz. And the model number is right there, JTD2. And yeah, I made this video 5 years ago. Let me put the link to the video. Right now, that antenna is hard to find. Because I bought that antenna for like 60. I paid like $69 or something. I forgot. Let me look at the description real quick. I'm sorry. Let me see if it's there, how much I paid for it. No, I paid $54.95 for that antenna on eBay. Of course, you're not gonna find it for $54 now. Good luck on that. Let me put the link to the video. And Amazon, they have something similar to it. I think it's called the Tram 1411. Let me switch around here so while I look it up, you can see my ugly mug. Hello, hello, hello. And let me put it back over here. And let me search it while. I'm gonna show a picture. I'm trying to show a picture of the whole. Okay. Okay, that is the picture of the disc cone that's on the roof. Okay, so is a disc cone. Yeah, I know that's the other thing. Went up. This is the reason why I got this disc cone, because it got this extension, this extended whip is for the CB. So this is the disc cone part, and there's two elements there that are adjustable. They're adjustable, like you can tune to have. I guess it's for the CB band, but this one you can transmit several hand bands too, like 2 meters, 6 meters, I believe 70 centimeters. And of course, you can pick up the air band with this. And it has a CB whip right here. So you can also CB radio. And I believe also 11 meters. 10 meters, 11 meters. You can also use this. So it's a very versatile antenna. It's a very nice antenna. Right now, I've seen this antenna for over $100. But you can look around. I'll check for it. Let me just check real quick. I'm gonna check real quick on Amazon because I believe they do have it. But there's another one called Tram 1411. It's going antenna. Let me see if that's same thing. Yeah. So this is it right here on Amazon. That's the equivalent to that one. Okay, it takes a few seconds for. So that is the equivalent to that one. Yeah, 25 megahertz up to 13. That's what I have. Plus CB transmit. Okay. So that's the one I have. That is the equivalent to the Tram 1411. And that's why I bought it, because $81 is still a good price. So I bought it because of the whip. Let me click on that one. You can see the better. So I bought it because of the whip. You see a picture of it right there. So that's the antenna that I have. Yeah. So let me put the link. I'm going to put the link for you. Okay. I'm going to put the link here. I'm going to put it in the description too. That's the link to that one. That's the same one that I have. It's just a different name. So $81. I like my disc cone. It's very nice. And the higher the better. You know, obviously put it on a high place, on a rooftop. And right now I'm gonna move mine. Mine is in the front because I made a video on that. It was catching the radio frequency noise and it was humming. It was sending it through my antenna network, so to speak. So I'm gonna move that disc cone to the back part of the house. I'm gonna put on a higher pole, so it's gonna be a little higher, but toward the. But I want to put it toward the back. But yeah, this is definitely a good antenna to have. I know Jill's has the same one. Sorry, let me go back. Oh my God, I'm all over the place. Okay, so I know Jill's has the same one, and he loves his. He has the same one. So that area right there, is a CB whip antenna. Yeah, that's what I use it for too. I use it for my VHF, UHF. So I got mine hooked up through a switch. But when I want to hear the SDR, I just disconnect it from the switch and I put it straight into the SDR for that. But that is definitely a nice antenna. I really like this antenna. Yeah. I also use this for ADSB. You know, you could track, you know, when you're tracking the planes with the with the radar. So yeah, ADSB I also can, because that works in that frequency. ADSB is 1090 megahertz. So that antenna works on ADSB also. So you can use that there also. You know, yeah, ADSB. You remember? Yeah, I think you was there. Let me go look. Let me find that video. ADSB. I have to go down to the older videos that I did a few months ago. Okay, I have to go to videos. So let me go to videos. Let me go down to, because it's a few months old, so it should still be on the first page. Yeah, right here, ADSB. And let me wait for this ad to play. This is back in July. I made this video. Wow. So you use SDR Uno. They have a plugin for ADSB. And I think I'm showing you that there. Yeah, I'm showing you that there. This is a video that I'm showing. So there's a plugin, ADSB. You load that. And then you have to open up. There's a couple of programs. There's one called Virtual Radar. Yeah. The problem is that when you're using this one, I have a switch. It's kind of hard to monitor the audio to do both. So I know. I think for ADSB eventually, I'm just gonna get a dedicated antenna. You don't need a big antenna for ADSB. If you want to monitor planes alone while you're listening, I will use the disc for listening. And then for the ADSB, I will use a small antenna. Let me go back to here. I'll show you. Let me pause that video. I don't want to. I bought something like this a long time ago. This is tuned for that. 1090 megahertz. See how small it is? And it has an SMA. You could just put this outside your window. It's about 25 feet of wire, I think it is. Something like this you could put right outside if you live in a high place, or put as high as you can. I put this on my window right here in the basement, and I picked up planes because I'm near the airport. So, but yeah, you see, it has a little coil on it. But sorry. Let me show you. So ADSB antenna is very small. You could even make your own. Yeah, you could even make your own. I've seen videos people make them with they take an SO239 connector or something, and they put a couple of wires, copper wire, one going to, and a couple of radials or something. I've seen people do it. You can make your own, even. But this is what I bought this a long time ago. I forgot how much I paid for it. I can check on Amazon. Let me check on Amazon for that. I think I recommended you that before, if I remember. So let me open up another Amazon page over here. Yeah, I know. Because the higher the frequency, remember, you don't need a big antenna no more. They get smaller and smaller. So that's 1,000. That's a gigahertz. 1090 megahertz. So that's over the gigahertz. So that's it. I'm gonna put ADSB antenna. And the one that I have is something like, I'm trying to find the one that I have. All right, the one that I have is this, but that connector has the MCX connector. It's something like this one. I'll show you. It's something like that. Focus. It's something like this one, but this one got that tiny little MCX connector. That's not an SMA connector. That's a tiny MCX connector. So you will need an adapter because that's this connector. I'll show you. That's this one. See that little tiny? Let me show you this way. I'm sorry. You see this connector? I make a focus there. I'm trying to focus. Okay, maybe I go. Anyway, focus, bro. Oh my god, I can't focus. Anyway, this is an MCX connector. You see how tiny it is? This is originally made for this one. This one. You see how tiny the connector is? So this is really made for this. But you get there's an adapter. Yeah, so you would need an MCX to SMA connector. So this is called MCX. Okay? M as in Michael, C as in Charlie, X as in X-ray. So MCX. So I'll put the link to that too. But try to find one with an SMA connector. Because this one is this one is with the SMA connector. You see? This one already has the SMA connector. So maybe on eBay, if you don't find it there on eBay, you could try this one. Because if you get the discount, you're going to want to listen to the airband on that one. And then with that one, you put on the other port for monitoring. You know? And with that one, you don't even need the SDRPlay. You could use one of these. And the software, but you know. But SDRPlay has a plugin now. So that one is for the that one is for the ADSB antenna. For this one. But the problem with this one, I don't want to put outside because it has a plastic, it has a magnet. But this is plastic. This is not going to last outside. This is going to get weather beaten. So I'm thinking about building one, or I don't want to pay that price for it, but let me see. I saw one that I liked it. I saw this one that I like, but I'll put in a PVC tubing though. I kind of like this one, but this is too expensive. I like this one. I like this one, but I'm not going to pay $50 for that. I'm sorry. I'm not going to pay $50 for that. What I'll do is I'll probably build an enclosure. And, you know, I like the way this one looks, you know. It's in a nice weatherproof tube. Yeah, I know. It looks like a mini whip. Then you have this one too. It's another one. There's another one. You see? Because they're inside the weatherproof. I know. Then you have this one. But this one has an end connector. I'll probably look into something like this one. And then you have the PCB like that. And you just buy the you get this and you get the PVC and put it around it. You make your own it's kind of like a mini whip. But you know, yeah, there are many options. There's another one right here. This one looks reasonable for that price. That's more reasonable. There's several ones, you know, there's different ones. Some people use the router antenna. They look like the ones you have on the router. I have spare of those. You know, like one for my old router. I have these. I bought a few of these at the computer show. I have them in the computer parts upstairs. I have one that's this long. It has the SMA connector in it. And I used them for my old router. When I wanted to boost up my router. You know, I had an old router and I wanted to boost up the signal. So I would put bigger antennas. So I bought 2 of those. And it boosted up my signal. But I believe you could still use those. Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe using one of those because they already had the plastic on it. You know, they're protected. You know, they look exactly like this. They look similar to that. You know, I might try it because I don't want to dedicate my disc cone for that, for monitoring. You don't need to. You know, you can get by with something like this or make your own. There's videos on that. You can make your own too if you want to make your own. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm on today because I just got some free time right now. I'm just gonna stay for a couple of hours and then we're gonna go pick up my son. My wife is sleeping upstairs. She just did a night shift. And I was gonna work on the yard right now, but it's 12 o'clock. It's too early. I don't want to work on the yard. I may work on the yard later. Do a little cleanup. Because it was windy the other day. We had real cold weather. But now it's gonna go up to 50. Right now it's 49 degrees today. It's sunny and it's 49 degrees. Yeah. So let me read all this. Let me read some of it real quick. Yeah. So it's Kent to Kent only. Hello, people. 2 people watching, 2 likes. Thank you. And I'm going to be on for at least a couple of hours. So feel free to jump in and ask question, whatever. So you got the RSPdx. Cool. Yeah, that's a nice. I like mine. I have mine right here. Right now it's disconnected from this computer. But I'm gonna set mine. I'm gonna set mine up over here. Right now I was doing FT8 over here. But I paused it. I stopped. I just said, let me stop because I can't keep track of it. While I'm doing this, I can't keep track of that right now. Otherwise, that thing is going to be going crazy. And I made a few contacts today. So right now, it's just I'm giving it a break. So I'm transmitting with this, with my Zygu. And of course, I'm not doing anything right now. So I'm not doing anything now. So I'm just going to be on for a couple of hours. Yeah, so the Tram 1411 is the same thing as the Discone. There's the one that I have. The same. It's just a different name. And that one is, like I said, right there. Let me put the airband on for a minute. And you can buy used ones too right here for as low as $50. If you're looking to get, if you're looking to get a used one, as low as $50, you can get one used. They probably open box. Somebody probably returned it. Whatever. I have mine now for how many years? I have mine for about 5 years now. It's still working well. You can hear it. I need to get this thing and see if I can ground it. That's what I need to get. I need to get that thing. Yeah. Let me go back up. Let me go switch it over here. I'm sorry. Put it like that. Let it see some of that. So let me go back over here. Yeah, price has gone up, but I bought mine for like I said, $54.90. But that was way before the pandemic. And then of course now with inflation and everything, so for $81 is still a good price for the Because I looked around, I shopped around when I bought it. When I bought off of that eBay seller, I believe it was just you know, I never saw when I bought at that price, I never saw that price again. Because I was thinking about buying the second one. I was thinking I was this close to buying the second one, but I never found that seller again. So anyway, I already read all this. I'm not gonna read. On SDR Uno is already built in. FTA plugin is built in. And there's a video on that. Did I make a video on that? No. Anyway, it's easy to set up. There's a video on that already that they teach you how to set it up. So no, you don't need a plugin. It already has it. If it's not included, yeah, there's the guy Mike. His name, he works for SDRPlay. I forgot his call sign. I think it's KD2 something OG. I forgot what it. Anyways, Mike, you know Mike from SDRPlay. So he made a video on that, how to use the SDR, how to use the FTA plugin on SDR Uno. So I think Jill's just made a. I think Jill's official SWO just made a video on that. Yeah. So all you have to do is right now I don't have it hooked up, so I will show you. Yeah, I know. I'm still. Yeah. Thank you, Glenn Dansler. Yes, and lately I've been a little stressed about it too, for other reasons. Yeah, Jules just did a video on that. FTA. Of course, I'm monitoring with another software, but because I'm also licensed, so I'm on 10 meters. I'm also sending. You know, I'm not only monitoring. I'm also transmitting. But right now I'm not. Right now I just put everything on hold. I'm not doing anything right now. Otherwise you will hear it. You know, you will hear it. I'll put it on in a few minutes. I just because the problem is that if I put that, it distracts me, and I have to check, and then you know. But if it's only for listening, and you want to, and you just want to listen to it, then yeah, the plugin for SDR Uno is fine. And then what you do is, you know, since you don't have a call sign, you can put your shortwave call sign. You know your shortwave. You get a shortwave call sign, and you put that in. Because what good is you going to monitor it if you don't know where it's coming from? So you're going to monitor it, and then you're going to go to PSK Reporter. I'll show you PSK Reporter. But right now I'm doing mine because I'm transmitting. So this is what I've done in the last 2 hours. But I'm sending out signals. So like you can hear my signal, and then you can send me a QSL, and I'll say, okay, you heard me from over here, whatever. So right now, this is what I did the last 2 hours, right? So this is what I send out. Okay. So for example, I was heard all the way down here in Argentina. See, my call sign is right there from KD2ZZE and by LW6EQG in Argentina. So he heard me. So he heard me from Argentina, and 28 on 10 meters, he heard me. Minus 14, the signal. And his antenna was a dipole. So he heard me on a dipole from here. Okay. And then, you know, of course, you know, I got people like this one over here is in Malta. Okay. Yeah, so you know, this is where I was heard in the last couple of hours. And I have about 6 contacts I made. That's why I was hurt. But contacts, I have about 6. I don't because a lot of people hear you, and contact wise, just I got 6 contacts. I made one from I have to go to my QSZ real quick, but anyway, I know it was Germany, it was Slovakia, it was a couple of European countries, and then the rest of it were United States. So that plugin, you're gonna be able to listen to FT8. Okay, so yeah, let me go back over here, and yeah. So if you want, for SDR Uno, there's a plugin for FTA. You can listen to it. It's pretty easy to set up. If you don't have a call sign, then you put your shortwave call sign. If you don't have a shortwave call sign, you can apply for one. And sorry, I think it's swar.org. If I remember, yeah. And then you go to let's see, trying to find the exact link of. Oh, right there. Yeah. So this is swar. Is if you don't have a call sign and you want a shortwave listening call sign, then you go to this website, right? Let me fix it like that. Sorry. And then you scroll down here. Yeah, you go down here, you sign up for it, and you'll get a shortwave call sign, and that's for shortwave listening. That's if you want to do like QSL, and or if you want to use FTA software, and you want to monitor, um, you know. So you put your first name, last name, and your email, and your city and stuff, and then they're gonna send you. Uh, it takes about mine took me like 2 days, and then you'll get a copy of this. I'm trying to go up here, and then I printed mine out. So you'll get an email, and they'll send you like I believe it's a PDF, and you print it out, and that's my shortwave listening call sign. Of course, that was before I got my license as an amateur radio operator, but this was before that. So that's the call sign you will put in your FTA software for listening. So you can send reports. You can send out a report and saying, a shortwave listen, a reception report. So you could say, yeah, I heard, like I got a couple of them while I was transmitting, and somebody said, oh, I heard you on FTA with this operator, and this is my signal report, and they send me EQSL, and I reply back, and because I don't mind sending EQSL to shortwave listeners too. I know some people don't do that, but I do that. So not only I send EQSL for other operators, but I also do it for shortwave listeners. And so if you go to my QRZ page, you'll see that I have a couple of. I posted a few of them there that shortwave listener, and they just happen to hear the signal, and they send me a report. Let me put my QRZ page. And you see, that's my QRZ page. And then down here, I just posted a few that I found interesting. So these are all EQSL. So this one is a shortwave listener. You see? So he heard me using this radio, and that was his reception report. And there's another shortwave listener that I have. Yeah, this one. So I post a few here that are interesting, you know. I just like to show a few that, because I'm not a general. I'm just a technician, and I'm having fun with it. You don't have to be you don't have to have a super duper expensive. Yeah, but these are EQSL. But you can print them out, and you don't have to have a super duper expensive, radio. I mean, I have this one that my wife bought for me for Christmas. Right, my transceiver there. Oh my god, I hate this thing doesn't focus. So this is about $450 or something, And of course, I got it hooked up with the thing with the interface, and it's hooked up here. And there's the dongle right there, and it's hooked up here. So right now, I'm gonna transmit now. Yeah, I'm gonna transmit. Let me start transmitting. So now I'm transmitting. I took a break, so now I'm gonna transmit a little bit. Okay, so now you're gonna hear this thing when it transmits. You're gonna see this thing go. Let me go in there. When it can focus. See, right now I'm transmitting. There you go. That's what it does. It transmit. Right now, sending out CQ. Oh my God, this focus is horrible. What is going on with this focus? And somebody will reply. I mean, I could click on somebody and try to make a contact, but I'm just gonna send it out for a little while and see. I don't really want, because right now I'm doing this, and I'll just send out a few, and then if anybody replies, then I have to look at it, make sure I don't miss it. And of course, over here I got the airband. Up here I got the airband. I'm listening to the airband on this one. How about the volume you can hear? So right now that's me transmitting. I know it sounds like I lower the volume on this thing. All right, Kent. All right, let me lower that down. Yeah, so you don't have to have a super duper expensive, 100-watt radio. I mean, that radio is only 20 watts. And then the other one, of course, that's the scanner, airband. And then of course, and it was over time that I buy this stuff. Like this one, of course, is my CB radio. It has weather band. I just put the police car there because I just bought it the other day, and it looks like Yonkers Police. And then I bought this car the other day. This is an NYPD cruiser. So I put on top of this scanner. Because this is the one I listen to the police mostly, this one. So, I put it there. I think it looks kind of cute. Personalize the shack a little bit. Plus, I like die casts. I always like the die cast cars. When I was a kid, I loved cars. So of course, this is an NYPD cruiser. You can see. So now I put on top of my scanner the one that I listen to NYPD. I listen mostly NYPD on this one. So I put it there, you know. And then of course and then this one looks like Yonkers. Of course, they don't have these type of cars, but they wish they had this type of. But the colors are like Yonkers Police, like the black and white type thing. Yeah. So I just said, "Oh, I'm gonna put it." I saw the supermarket. I said, "Oh, I'm gonna buy it and put it there." So when I make a video on there, it looks, you know, because of course I already have the stickers on there. I have the New York stickers on there with the subway car and the Broadway theater tickets and all that. Now, New York pepperoni pizza, NYC taxi, Broadway, and this was you know, Broadway. This is the program thingy, and of course a cup of coffee, espresso. You know, even though I live in Yonkers, you know, I do miss the city though. I still miss the city. I miss the accessibility of everything in the city. Of course, I don't miss the craziness that's going on now, but you know. So Glenn Dassler, I just found your stream. Watch Friday stream, Saturday. Good luck on your job. Thank you. South Carolina, beautiful, 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Thank you. Yeah, I'm looking. I have one on Thursday. I have to go to. I'm not looking. Actually, I'm not looking forward to that one too much because it's a company I already dealt with. I have a history with them already, and the last time I was unceremoniously dismissed. But I guess they're looking for people to, you know, of course, like I said, I was a rail car technician. So, and they're rolling out new rail cars. So they need some technicians. So I'm gonna hit them out. They're interviewing me, but I'm more interviewing them. I'll put it that way. If any of them are watching, I'm sorry, but that's the truth. You know, some companies. Well, I think all companies when they interview me, I'm also interviewing them because I don't know about you, but I don't want to work for a crappy company. I don't think nobody does. And I have some history with them already, and it wasn't that good toward the end, especially the second time around. So, all right. So this thing just. Let me just do another one. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna stop. I'll do another one. Yeah. So, so I have a few. You know, I'm just killing some time today. My wife is taking a nap upstairs. My son is in school. It's a nice day today. It's gonna go up to 50. I'll probably spend the rest of the day outside cleaning the yard. Do some yard work today. I need to fix the fence. There's a covering that goes around the fence. I need to tie wrap it back up because the wind obliterated it the other day. But my NFES withstand the 40 plus mile per hour wind guard. So the NFES is holding up good in the wind. You know? And so far so good. And Elmer time is here. AD7LN checking in from Hayden Island, 45 degrees and raining. Okay. 5 people watching, 7 likes. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to shut this thing down soon. Albert time. I don't miss downtown Portland or lawlessness. Yeah, same here. Same in New York City, unfortunately. If there isn't a murder, forget about getting the police. Yeah, exactly. Same here. Even in Yonkers, it's kind of like that too. I mean, with the response. But, you know, I got to make do what I have for now. Until, like I told you, we're this close to leaving. we were this close to leaving, and then the governor backed out, and then, you know, excuse me, and the governor backed out, and because my wife would have lost that job, we were leaving. We were going to Florida. We were going to leave. Hello, James Farley. I'm sneaky. No, I'm just making time on my free time right now. Because I don't know, in a couple of more weeks, I may not have this. So I'm trying to enjoy as much as I can, because in a couple of weeks, well, I'm still going to Indiana no matter what. Because I have one on Thursday coming up. And that one, like I said, that one is a 50-50, because I'll be honest, I don't know if I want to work for them. I don't know if I want to work for them, because I already have a history with them. I don't like the way they treat their employees. I don't like the way I was treated my second time around. And but I know the type of company they are. They just hire people to get the thing rolling, and they're not a very loyal company. I'm just gonna put it that way. So if it's for quick cash, that's a company you go work for real quick for whatever time, and then always next week might be your last week type work. It's very temporary, put it that way. So we'll see. And then after that, I'm going to Indiana. Then when I come back from Indiana, I'll reassess what I want to do. Because there's a few other ones I could have, but they were lower paying. I'm gonna wait till I really want to go to Indiana with my wife and son. I need to get out of here for a week or so. So I need that Indiana break. And then when I come back, we'll see what I do. We'll see if I'm either, of course, I'll start working over here with these people, or I'll keep looking. Because I prefer to look for something. I'm a night owl, so I prefer an overnight type job. And the reason why I like overnight jobs is because there's not too many micromanaging. Even the job that I did, the rail car technician, when I did that same job in the rail yards overnight, it was just me and my manager and another. It was skeleton crew, and we do the job. As long as we do the job, we don't have to worry about other stuff. When you go to the plant, oh my God, everybody's worried about a manager going by and they don't see you doing work. Oh, why you not doing work? Why you don't? I just finished my job. I'm about to do, like, I can't deal with people. I can't deal with that. I cannot deal with that. Not at my age. I've been around the block too many times to deal with nonsense. I'm very, me. I'm very outspoken. I'm a straight shooter. If I don't like something, I'm gonna let them know. That's who I am. I'm the type of person, either that you like me, I'm a good worker, I'm very loyal, I'm a very good worker, or you're gonna have a rough time with me. It's not gonna work out. I'm not a 21-year-old guy, just came out of college and I need my first. No, I'm not at that position. I'm looking to what I want. I'm not just gonna take the first thing that comes along and that's it. That's not what I'm doing. So yeah. Anyway, thank you, James Farley, for the compliment. Yeah. Excuse me. Glenn Dassler, what do you guys think of a really large passive with a balun 1-to-1? Yeah, it is stressful. I did something like that. I did a large copper loop, and I hooked it up to a 1-to-1 balun, and it was pretty good. On shortwave, it was really good. I went a step further. and stuck an amplifier, preamplifier, a low noise amplifier to it, and I amplified it, and it was really good on shortwave. It was very good on shortwave. It was very good on shortwave. I mean, it was okay. It was okay. But I went, it was a good multi-band. I can listen to air band on it. I heard some FM on it. I went all the way up to police band. Police 400 megahertz or whatever. It was good. And it was I used a copper loop. Where's the balance? I'll show you, Glenn. I believe I used this one. I believe it was it. Yeah, 1-to-1. Yeah, that's the one I used. I used this one. Copper. People say, that's it? I say, yeah, that's it. And of course, I did it without the preamp. It worked fine. I was picking up shortwave signals with it. And since it didn't have the amplifier, it was picking up clean signals. Not too much noise. Excuse me, my God. All of a sudden my throat got dry. Then I tried it with a low noise amp. That worked good. But I learned a few things since then. I had it too close to the house. So I think that brought in noise. It does raise when you put the amplifier, it does raise the when I put the amplifier, it did raise the noise floor. Especially on medium wave. But I was still able to pick up I was still DXing medium wave signals. Of course, and it's directional. I learned a lot from that. If I were to make that, I can make it better now. I think I can make it better to the point that I can compete with the MFJ 1886. That's how good that antenna became. So yeah, you know what, Glenn? Give it a shot. That's what I did. My number one video in this channel is that antenna. Go look at that antenna. That's the video, the top video on this channel. And I have a whole playlist of that antenna. So you can see what I picked up with that antenna, Glenn. So go check out that video. And then go look at the playlist for that. It's called a copper tube, DYI copper tube active loop antenna. I have a playlist for that antenna. And you're gonna see what I picked up with that antenna. People were like, and I got all the skeptics. That's it? That's all you do? It don't look like. I said, yeah, okay. The proof is in the pudding, bro. Go look at my playlist. And you can see all the signals that I picked up on it. Because people want to be, that's, they, rocket science. I said, no, it's a 1-to-1. I tried different ones, but the 1-to-1 works the best. And then I had a low noise amplifier. I have it, but the one that I have got damaged. And it worked. It worked fine. Let me stop this one because right now I'm not getting. Let me just stop it. I don't even want to monitor it. Let's stop it. All right. Yeah. So. All right. So let me read up here. Sorry. So James Farley, keep up the good. Thank you. And Bobby, hello, Bobby. WA510 7 SWL. Elmer Time. Micromanaging is stressful. I was micromanaged while at my last employer. Yep. I don't like to be micromanaged. I don't like that. I'm sorry. If you're paranoid about your position, that's one thing. I'm the type of worker that I trust me, I've been around a lot of lazy people that don't want to learn anything. I can't be around people like that either. I told him, I said, listen, this guy doesn't want to keep him away from me. I don't want to work with this guy. This guy's lazy. I'll let them know. I don't care. I said, this guy's lazy. He just wants to, whatever. I'll let them know. I don't care. But don't micromanage me. If I'm, you know, but if I'm doing a good job. And another big one for me, don't talk to me like I'm a kid. Like that's what happened to my last manager. He actually he went off at me. And I said, no. Listen, whatever issues going on in your personal life, do not take it out on me. I told him, don't ever talk to me like that again. I told him, I didn't threaten him, but I told him, don't ever talk to me like that again. That's it. And I let him think about it. And of course, right after that, of course, something happened, and then that's when I got asked. I'm not gonna back down. I'm opinionated. That's right. I am opinionated. You're not gonna. One thing hey, I'm in a position that I don't have to do this. I want to do this because I feel like I need extra, and I want to help out. And my son is at an age now where my brother could watch him. But I don't know how that's going lately because it's a whole nother story anyway. But yeah, I definitely don't like to be micromanaged. Forget about that. James Foley, I told one of my coworkers that I donated to your channel. He said, "Why would you do that?" And I said, "Because I believe in him." Thank you. That means a lot to me, James. Because yeah, there's times I thought about not doing no more live stream. Because first time I did my live stream, I wanted to try it out. And what I mean by that is, let me turn this off for now. I want to see how it was. I said, because before that, I did a live stream years ago, but I was nervous. I was not. I was like 1.5 years into my channel. It was like, I believe it was almost my second year in my channel. A lot of things changed since then. I went through an experience where I thought I was going to die. That changes you. When you get faced with a situation where you think you're going to die, you appreciate a lot of things. All of a sudden, your focus changes. There's certain things that I took for granted before that, no longer. So I said, you know what? I'm going to, and of course, one of it was when I got my voice back. I said, I'm going to do a live stream. If people don't like it, they don't like it. I don't care. I'm going to give it a shot. When I started doing my live stream, I found out very quickly that I was comfortable doing it. I'm very comfortable doing a live stream. It wasn't that case years ago, but now I'm very comfortable doing a live stream. And also, not the know-it-all. I'm not know-it-all. But I like in my case, we have radio hobby, right? There's a lot of other hobbies that I love. I love astronomy. There's a lot of stuff that I love, and I would love to be around interesting people that share that. I don't have that around here. I'm gonna tell you that. Ain't none of these people around here interested in what I'm interested in here. None. So this is my, how you say? What's the word? It's like I don't want to say a hangout. This is where I can talk to you guys directly. Although you guys are typing, when you make a video is one thing. When you make a video and you post it is one thing. Then you get feedback from the comments. But it's different when you do a live stream and you get immediate feedback. It's a totally different reward. So like Kent was just here and I'm doing he started asking me questions about the Discord, and right away I can help him out. You see? If that was a video, then he will post a comment. Then I have to comment back. Sometimes when you comment, it doesn't come out the way you want it to come out. But when you do a live stream, I can tell you in my own voice what you need to hear. is different. It's a whole different animal when you doing a live stream. You can help people directly. And so they come on the stream, I can help you directly right now. And you can't do that when you post a video and you're waiting people to comment, and then depending on the comment, you got to answer their comment. It's not the same. And I like to help people. I try to help people. He's not even about helping people, but that helps too. You know, I'm not an expert in everything here. I'm not an expert. And I started just like the way everybody else started out. I started out with one radio, and then over time, now I have now I'm a licensed amateur operator, and I'm working toward my next one. So I'm glad you believe in me. I'm glad. It's good to see that, and I'm trying. I'm really trying to. I really want to have a balance where I don't have to. Yeah, I don't want to have to. I do certain things. I don't know. I don't want to do membership. I don't want to do any of that. I already said that before. I don't want to do membership, and now I'm thinking about it. I'm actually the opposite. I'm thinking about doing membership just for live stream, or do a free live stream and limit it to the time on that, and then do a membership live stream for 4-hour live stream twice a week or something. I don't know. Because like I said, when I first started doing live stream, it was more to see if I can do it, because I always wanted to do one. Now that I can do it, and I've done that on other channels. I have other channels that I've done live stream now. 2 channels that I've done live stream. So I know I can communicate with people. It's not like I'm just, I'm not nervous here and I don't know what to say. No, yeah, shoot away. If I don't know the question, somebody knows the question. If not, it'll stay on the video, and then somebody can answer that question later on when they watch the replay. I learned so much. I learned so much in the 6 years that I've been doing this channel. I learned a lot. Glenda, thanks again. My low noise amplifier will be here today. Thanks. You're welcome, Glenn. Yeah. I did. First, I did it without the amplifier, and then I added the amplifier. Time, part of radio operation is experimentation. Exactly. And that's what I said about when I made that video about this antenna. I said, like the hula hoop. Originally, I made the hula hoop with the balun only. And then I went ahead and got the copper tubing. So I started out with the hula hoop. And it was good too. I got a couple of researches on the hula hoop, just with the balun on shortwave, and it was pretty good. Nice and clean, good signal. Passive. It was a passive loop. Then I added the amplifier, and it took it to another level. But of course, at that time, I think I had the antenna too close to the house. The amplifier was bringing too much noise, and I wanted to put the amplifier outside, so I had to build an enclosure for it. Things like that. Anyway, but it's good. Like I say, experiment. And people out here, I had comments when people posted, that's it. That's not good. Go away, bro. If you listen to those people, forget it. It's the same people that have no videos on their channel, and all they want to do is come in and tell you that what you're doing is wrong. So then once you post something and explain to us, yeah. So I have a whole playlist on that, Glenn, and video for my video. Anyway, it's the number 1 video on this channel right now. I think it's about 29,000 views. Last time I checked. Let me see. I can tell you right now. Let me see. I go to videos. Then I go to most popular. It's gonna be 28,000 views. It's called DIY copper tube active loop antenna. And I made that video 4 years ago. 28,000 views. And I'll tell you right now how many likes I got on there. I got over 285 likes. Comments about 60. It's at 66 comments right now and counting. I get a comment on that at least every other week. Every other, not every other, like every month I get a comment on there. And mostly positive. But of course you get a couple of knuckleheads and I just bounced them off the thing. They get bounced off the channel. That's all. And that same copper tube is the one I wound up using for the MLA. Because this is before the MLA 30 came out. This is before the, I used this one to compare it to the MFJ. And it did an okay job. It wasn't the best, but now I could make it better. Because I had it on the roof. That was my mistake. I could have put it down here, it would have been better. So I learned from that. I learned from that antenna. So that's the picture of the original one. That's the picture of the original one. So Glenn, just experiment. I mean, you learn from it. You learn things about it. You learn about yeah. And I have a whole playlist of that. If that antenna, I have a whole playlist. And if you go to that video, if you click on the upper corner, you have the playlist right there. Helmet time, 100% life-changing experience. It will set you back and take notice of everything in your life. You will appreciate things that you didn't prior to your, yeah, exactly. Not only my life experience, but my own life, but also what I saw. Like I said, I'm going to talk to this company on Thursday. I already have a history with them. I know people that work all their life at a place, retire, and 2 years later they're dead. They're dead because I don't know what it is. It's something, it's weird. And then I know my brother's case when he got really sick, he was working a double shift, 12-hour, 24-hour shift. 24-hour shift. Yeah, that does happen. In sanitation, when it's snow, when we have a lot of snow, he was doing 24-hour shift. He would do 12-hour shift back to back, 24-hour shift. He did it for a lot of reasons. When he did it, he want to make the money for the wife. So he was killing himself, making money for the wife, for the ungrateful wife. Me, that wouldn't happen. I see through that. After a while, it would get to the point where she wouldn't be my wife because I would have been long gone. And that's what happened with him. And I've seen that happen too many times to people. No, I'm going in there looking. What are you gonna do for me? What I'm gonna do for you? What are you gonna do for me too? That's the way it is. That's the way I have it. That's the way I do it. I'm not gonna. James Foley, is there a dedicated long wave antenna? No, I mean, like for example, the Wellbrook loops are even MLA 30 claims, but that one I had to modify. But it's not the best long wave antenna. Wellbrook is probably more. They're more designed for that, for medium wave and long wave. The Xing, they're a lot more. Supposedly, they're a lot more quieter. They have more thing. A lot of people use extremely long wires, like a beverage type antenna, a CAS loop. I know a lot of YouTubers that do some long wave cross Atlantic stuff. They do a lot. They do CAS loops or double CAS loop, something along that line. Okay, all right. I stopped it. Okay, I thought I was still. Um, so for long wave, I think most of it is Wellbrook. I have MFJ, but it's not designed to go below 500 kilohertz. The MFJ that I have, loop. The MLA 30 claims it goes below. Well, the new one, MLA 30 plus, 500. That's the lowest it claims it goes. The old one claims 100. Let me see in the box. So let's see right there. Yeah, this is the old one. So 0.1, 0.1 to 30 megahertz. So so it claims it can go down to 100 kilohertz. That is not true. This will not go down to 100 kilohertz. Not the stock version. But then again, if I lived in Europe, I know people that got the stock version of MLA 30 and they can pick up long wave signal, like the broadcast stuff. But over here, no. When I had the stock version, I cannot pick up anything on long wave. When I modify it is when I picked up a few things. So surefire answer will be probably a Wellbrook. But then again, I live in North America. We live in the United States. You're not gonna hear much on long wave over here. It's just it's just beacons. And if you get low enough, WWVB time signal, 60 kilohertz. And that's about it. It's not much in North America to listen on long wave. I try listening to transatlantic. I just can't get it. I never got a transatlantic long wave station, like broadcast station, like BBC, 198 kilohertz. I never got any of those. But that's why I'm looking into getting. If I ever get a Wellbrook, I'll try. But and I think they also use. I know I seen a couple other. I'd seen this one that the guy. What is it? He took a whole bunch of ferrites and put them together, and he made like a. Oh, that's nice to hear. Thank you, Glenn. Wow, that's good. Thank you. Glenn Nassler, FYI, Danny, my oldest grandson, 15 years old, watches your work. Oh, wow. And he does electronic and programming at school. Now he has discovered radio thanks to the fun he has while watching you. Oh my God, that's so cool. Wow. That's good. I'm glad to see that. Wow. Thank you for that. That's cool. Yeah, I try to have fun. Main thing is to have fun. I try to have fun. Like when I do an experiment with the antenna, it's just I don't have I don't have no degree in electronics or anything electronic or anything. I was a computer science major. Computer science, geek, computer geek. And I just got back into radio 6 years ago. My wife bought this radio. And that's how I got into that. Yeah. So thank you. I like that's a great comment. Thank you for that. I mean, he just made my day. Wow. He just made my day by reading that. And I was not feeling well today. I was like really because I'm thinking about Thursday and it's kind of stressing me this place, and you just lifted my spirits up right now. Wow. Wow. Helmet time. I am not aware of any commercially made long wave only antennas for sale in the USA. Yeah. Yeah, in the USA, forget it because there's nothing that gain. Maybe in Europe, again, I think it's the Wellbrook because you have it's geared toward long wave and medium wave DXs, and of course shortwave, also shortwave. Excuse me, shortwave, and so maybe in Europe, where radio operators will home build long wave. Yeah, I know there's a guy over here. He did a few. I can't remember his call sign. He lives in Connecticut. Um, I forgot his name, but he built a few, but they're big. He built a couple of long wave type and loop on his backyard. But they're huge, really big. It's like a fiberglass poles, and it's like a diamond shape, really big. And he got all the way down to what I did with the copper loop with the MLA. I did it with the copper loop. He got down to 24 kilohertz. He got down to Arecibo, not Arecibo, Aguada. There's another beacon that's in Puerto Rico. He heard that one. I can hear that one sometime on long wave with the copper MLA 30, but not lately, but before. And WWVB 60 kilohertz. So but his loop is huge. It's big. It's like, and and it's passive. This one is active, but his is passive, and he picked it up. But that's a big loop. It's huge. I thought about building one of those. I just don't have the space to put it right now. I wouldn't, I may do it with that fiber, with the PVC that I have. The because I built the framework, but I may use it with that. Probably a couple of turns of wire and see if I could mimic that. Yeah, so they're home built. Yeah, exactly. And of course they are. Yeah, and they are wideband and receive antenna that include. Yeah, so like exactly the Wellbrook, the W6 LVP. I know he mentions that he goes down all the way to about 100 kilohertz. I think he I think his goes down to long wave too. W6 LVP. The MFJ doesn't. Not this 1886 doesn't. That one says 500 kilohertz up to 30 megahertz. So that one doesn't do long wave. They have another MFJ is MFJ 1888. But that one they're asking for too much money. It's like over $600. I think it's $600 total. I think it was $499 or something. Then with the shipping, it comes out to almost $600. Not 1888. And that one only claims to go down up to 100 kilohertz, I believe. So I wish I could know the guy's call sign. Let me look it up. Let me see if that's yeah, I don't know the guy's call sign. I forgot what it said. There's W. Trying to find it. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Okay, so is this channel? Yeah, his call sign is W1VLF. That's his call sign. VLF. W1VLF. I'll put his link. So he built a couple of long wave loops. I mean, if it was, yeah, W1VLF. That's his yeah, he hasn't posted anything recently, like the last 2 months. Excuse me. Yeah, W1VLF. Yeah. And I think he lives in Connecticut. So he does he hasn't posted in a couple of months. Yeah. So he built a couple of let me see what they call them. Well, that's like over a year ago. Let me see what the loop antennas. Low inductance loop. They call it LIL, Lil. So yeah, it's big. It's like he really big. It's bigger than, it's twice as tall as him. There's a picture of him. It's really big. It's like 8 feet tall. I think it's 8 feet by 8 feet or something. It's huge. Yeah, so that's like, yeah. But those are big. Let me go. I'll be right back. I'm getting a little scratchy throat. I'm getting a little scratchy. Yeah, so he's into long wave. I found him through I was looking at that long wave loop antennas. So he built a few of them. He's built a few of them. Yeah, he loves loops. So he talks about, he has like that loop, the Texan A200. Then he has another loop. Then he made a few of them, wooden loops. He made a few of them. He did a ferrite rod antenna with the varicapacitor on there. He's in a few. He's in a few different ones. I'm looking at his library now. He goes way back. He's on AM broadcast band loops. And let me show you. I'll show you his channel. I'm over here talking about it. I should be showing you his channel. So that's him. And W1VLF. So if you're looking into building one, yeah, he has quite a few. So, but yeah, James, long wave dedicated. Yeah, like I said, better off just trying to build your own, and then, unless you have the money to buy with a Wellbrook, but like I said, it's not much on this side. It's not much to hear in North America. It's just beacons, and there's not that many of them. There's not that many of them, and one by one, they're slowly being decommissioned. So there's not that many of them, and then, other than the WWV type signal, which You know, like I said, I managed to finally get it with the MLA 30, but I modified mine, and I got away from the house. I think that was the biggest thing, was to get away from the house, and I got it. You know, I had to. You know, main thing is the noise. A lot of stuff too is a noise. You know, and in fact, even the end fed, I picked up WWVB, but it made it right above the noise floor. And the end fed is not designed for long wave, but I picked up that signal. And I believe the 24 kilohertz one I did pick up also. You know? So, yeah. Let me see. So 1 hour and a half, 1 hour and 30 minutes in the books, and 5 people watching, 9 likes. Thank you. One more time. There are 2 airport beacons that I can hear on long wave here in Portland, Oregon. Nothing else on long. Yeah, there's a few I can pick up. There's one in Quebec that I pick up sometimes. Although lately I haven't been picking up any of them. There's one in Quebec. The ones that I normally pick up is the one in Quebec. There's another one. There's a few of them. But lately I haven't been picking those up. I got better success with VLF than I do just non-directional beacons lately. Either I'm not hearing them anymore for whatever reason, because I'm not getting them. I've been trying recently to get, like, even Navtex, but that's not long wave. That's right above. That's right below uh AM broadcast, like 517, but that's not long wave. And then below that, I will get. There was one I was getting around 400 something, but that one I haven't picked up in a long time. Around 400 something kilohertz. And then below that is 300, 366, or 365. There's a couple of them now. But I haven't even those I haven't picked up recently. There's something's going on. I just don't hear them anymore. And then after that, I have to go way down to VLF. Anything in between, I don't pick up anything. So anything else in between, like one night I heard Loran at 100 kilohertz, but I never heard it again. That was it. And then when I put the Kiwi SDR and I go to European one, I put 100 kilohertz, I could hear it. So that one was from Europe, the one that I heard on the MFJ 1886 loop. It was just that night. That was good propagation that night for that. And I got it strong. 100 kilohertz Loran from Europe. Because it's not from here, because over here it got decommissioned a long time ago. So that came from Europe. So I got that transatlantic long wave 100 kilohertz transatlantic. I got that one. And I got a video on that one. And in fact, when I picked it up with the MFJ 1886 loop, I switched it over to the to the MLA 30, the modified MLA 30, and I picked it up there too, but not as strong. So I switched it back to the MFJ 1886, and I made a video on that one. That was a stronger one out of the two. But that was like lightning in a bottle. I got it that one night, and I believe the next night I got it, and I never got it again. That was it. And that was with the MFJ 1886 loop that's up on the roof right now. And that one, you know what? I just remind myself, today's 50 degrees right now. I'm going to reroute the wire in here today. because the wires out there in the yard is just bundled up, going, not is he not bundled up because it's LMR 40. It's kind of rigid. I'm gonna bring it in here today and see if I can hook it up to. Cause right now, so I'm gonna do that. I don't know, James, because the thing is, and of course, I picked him up with the SDR. I don't have no radio that can go that low. I don't have a radio that can 60 kilohertz. Only my SDR. So, I guess you can try it. I don't know. I thought about that too. I have an atomic clock right there. Right there, this one. That's that one right there. It's atomic clock. So what I did is I this one is hooked up now to the MFET. So now the scanner's up here. I reroute the wire to that. So now this hooked up. So, and then of course my Zygo was down there. So now the MFET is 1, 2, and 3. I'm sorry, wait. Oh. So 1, 2, and 3. The Zygo. That's for my MFET switch. So now this one it's not connected to anything. So now I'm gonna bring the MFJ in here for this one. Or maybe get another switch and switch this and SDR with the MFJ. With the second one, the one that I have up on the roof. Right now I'm not using it at all. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see if I can bring it in here today. Today's a nice day today. I was going to work in the yard, but I'm thinking about just bringing the MFJ here today. Just try to bring the wire in here and try to bring it up through here somehow. And I have a patch cable that I can bring it up to here. And then this is the bias C for the MFJ. So I just got to bring it to here. Here, boom, this goes to, and then of course I have to plug. Because I'm gonna might as well keep it up there for another couple of months until I can finally take it up to bring it down. So I might as well use it before I bring it down. Right now I'm not using it. It's up there on the roof. I'm not even using it. Yeah, because right now I got the MLA 30 here. This is a stock one. I have the other MLA 30 down there with SDR. I have the discount for this for my VHF UHF, and then I have the NFED for the transceiver. 2 out of the 3 are transceiver now on that switch for the NFED. So now I need another switch. I'm gonna need another switch soon. Yeah, VLF is fun, but you need, of course you need patience. But I'm glad, when I started the channel at first, I didn't think I was ever gonna hear that, and I kept trying. The wheels kept turning. I said, "Let me try this." Oh, I need to bring down the noise. Okay, so I had to start looking for every noise. Like I just did a video on the noise source that I found coming from the discone. And I did a temporary solution where I just put the wire. That's a temporary solution, by the way. It's not going to be permanent, but I had to use that wire, clip it onto that power conditioner, and I got rid of that hum. But that's temporary. That's a Band-Aid solution for now, but I got rid of the hum. If I hear the AM broadcast band.
For free download, please visit suprememastertv.com/NW.
And it's because I had 24, 25 hours of practice.
No hum. Before I was getting that, especially around 700 kilohertz up to about 1200 kilohertz. I was getting that annoying hum. Now it's good.
That's a problem for us. Do you think he impressed President Xi of China? Do you think he came away thinking, wow, what a strategic?
You know, WABC 770. Now I can hear without humming.
No, he didn't think any of those things.
Sometimes you got to keep trying and you find it, you know. And that was probably affecting also longwave. Because the noise, of course, the humming and all that. Oh my God. So now, you know, you got to find all these things, all these, you know, because unfortunately, and that's another thing, unfortunately, 5 years ago, I didn't have all these tenants living in this house over here making all this, you know, with all this electronic stuff now. It's different now. Now we have more people living here. This used to be a quiet dead-end street. Not anymore. Now they got too many cars here. Sometimes they block my driveway, and I tell them, listen, you can't park here. You got to move. They're fighting for parking out there. That's not my problem. I told them, that's not my problem. I have a driveway where I park the car inside the thing, and you cannot be blocking my driveway because then otherwise, you know. And of course, they get offended by that. And I said, no, it's not that. It's your parking situation is not my problem. So we have too many people. Now there's too many people in. And of course, I noticed the noise went up. You know, I don't know. They have I don't know how many TVs are in that house. Or cheap power supplies they're running in there with their stuff. And it's affecting, you know, the disco. It picked up the noise. So I had to. That was by accident that I found that. So yeah, you gotta have patience, VLF, but also you gotta find find what the noise source is. I change all these bulbs, or you know, these are all, yeah, they're LED bulbs now, but I noticed they're not the ones that are making noise. Years ago, remember we had the incandescent bulb. Now to save energy, I had to switch them to all LED bulbs. And then the original first generation LED bulbs were noisy. Then there was a second generation LED bulbs. And this is like the third generation LED bulbs now. So these are a lot more lower wattage. But if depending on which ones you buy, they might be noisy too. And you know, it's a lot of things, a lot of things. All right, there you go. JetBlue. Yeah, I know. Buzz. And I live next to New York City. So I'm telling you, 10 years ago, this block, I live in a dead-end street. It was quiet. And I mean more ways than one. Not that many people here. Not that many cars parking over here. Now it's like 3 families in that house. 3 families in this house. And each family has 2 cars. So those 3 families alone are responsible for at least 7 to 8 cars. 6 to 7 cars on a dead-end street. So they sometimes they block the hydrant up there. No, it's like, my God. You know, I told my wife, I said, I don't know how these people have 2 or 3 cars when we have 1. Well, we have 2, but 1 broke down. The van is out of service. And I told them, I don't know how they afford all these cars, especially some of these cars they're not cheap. They're kind of expensive. And I told them, I said, yeah, they're probably dealing. They're probably doing something on the side. Yeah. Anyway. And I'm telling you, man. I told my wife, I said, man, the day we were this close, we would have moved to Florida. We were looking at property over there, and the property we were looking at was going to be like in the boondocks. couple of acres, you know, away from everybody, flat land, so with trees. That would have been my ideal spot. I would have been putting up antennas like crazy. I would have had, if I would have been there right now, I would have been doing a live stream from outside. But I would have been doing live streaming outside if we would have bought that place. Live streaming from outside. I can't do that here. I can't be live streaming. I got to. You can't. All right, I'm gonna turn this on. This thing is fat. It's blowing. Let me shut this down first. 141. Yeah, let me start shutting down over here because let me shut this down because this I got to do it in order because this one starts complaining. Now I shut this one down. Now I can shut down the radio. It's a certain order. Now this it'll go. Now I can shut this down, and I can shut down the power supply. There you go. Done with that for now. Let me shut the speakers down. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing right now. I have this time right now, so I'm on now because I don't know if I'm gonna be on. Of course I'm gonna try to be on tomorrow, and then of course this week, and then next week. After next week, then we go to Indiana. I'll be there for about a week or so, and then when I come up from Indiana, we'll see. We'll see what happens with this place, and if I'm gonna be working there or I'm gonna be still looking and take it from there. I enjoy live streaming. I really do. I enjoy live streaming. I have other channels I enjoy live streaming too. I did a live stream on the retro gaming channel like a few weeks ago, and I had fun there. And I was thinking about doing one today there, but I decided to come on here today. But maybe tomorrow morning I better do that one there, and then after that come back here. I enjoy that one too. I mean, I enjoy live streaming. Live streaming for me is fun. It's fun. I enjoy live streaming now. I enjoy live streaming more than actually producing videos because you got to edit them. Live streaming, I could just come on and cover whatever we're going to cover, and then Yeah, I know, Elmer. In your case, I know. I thought about doing live streaming, but what would I talk about? Yeah, I know. He's not. And because I know some people probably watch my live stream, they go, "Why is he talking about this topic? Why is he not on this topic?" I said it from the beginning. This is not going to be only radio related stuff. We could touch on other topics. Because to me, this is not my channel, especially my live stream. It's not geared toward. I'm not an expert. I'm not going to sit here and do tutorials. I do videos. I've done video tutorial stuff, but every live stream is not going to be about a tutorial or anything. It's not going to be that. It just to me, it's just to get to know. It's to get to know my people. Subscribe to my channel. We could hang out. Talk. We could talk about other stuff. And I think that's what makes my channel, my live stream, separate from whatever. That's their. They want to talk about. If they want to stay on their particular topic, and that's it. Good for them. I didn't want my live stream to be like that because I think about my live stream as like a talk show. Because I always wanted to do a talk show, radio, like a radio talk show, a call-in show. So this is the closest to that. Hello, Mo Cortez from Brazil. PU2YHX. Cool. And welcome. Let me put this mouse over here because I'm gonna. Oh, you know what? Leave it there. I'm not gonna shut it down. You leave it there. James Farley says I live pretty close to you. Now I get most of the AM stations that you get, but it'd be cool if you did a live stream from Indiana with the AM. I'm gonna. Well, I don't know if I could do a live stream because I don't know what internet service she has. You know, that's what happened in Florida. When I was in Florida, but then again, when I was in Florida, I just started doing live streams, so I wasn't gonna because her wife, she had Wi-Fi, but it was like really slow. It was very slow. I couldn't do it. If I do one over there, it's probably gonna be with the phone. I'll use my 5G or well, this is not 5G phone. This is older. This is 4G. So if I do a live stream, it will be. But I'm gonna do video on AM band. I am gonna do band scan, but that's not gonna be live stream. That's gonna be. I want to make a video on the AM broadcast band live stream because I'm gonna do one of AM broadcasts. I'm gonna do one of FM broadcasts, and then I'm gonna do, of course, I'm gonna weather station. What did I say? I pick up over there, and also probably a couple of short. See what I can hear in shortwave, but it's not gonna make a difference. I think from here it's not my different. Unless I can pick up something over there that I can't pick up here, but yeah, definitely AM band, FM band, and weather band, like weather stations. Because I'm fascinated by all the local weather stations. Wherever I go, I want to listen to the local weather station. That's what I do too. So, but I'm gonna see if I can do a live stream. That's the thing. But that I don't know if I'm gonna do because, like I said, now I'm depending on their internet setup, and I'm taking my laptop, and that laptop is not the fastest laptop. So even if I want to do a live stream, I don't know. I don't know if I can do one. You know, it'd be nice, but I don't know. Now, of course, I'm gonna be upgrading my phone one day, and I'm gonna have 5G. But I'm gonna do a live stream on my phone. That's that's gonna be like a phone, yeah. But it's different when you do a live stream. Because I done that with TikTok. I done live stream with the phone. It's not the same. It's it's not like this setup. I have gigabit fiber internet. So I have about 700 megabits per second upload right now. This is I don't know if I want to go back to trying to stream from a phone and I get dropouts. I'll get frustrated. So more Cortez. So what's up, more Cortez? There you go. From Brazil. Cool. Yeah, so let me see what I can do when I'm in Indiana because we'll see. Like I said, it depends on her Wi-Fi, and then the problem is that I'm going to be bringing my old laptop, the one I did my live stream before, and that one wasn't the best. So even if I do a live stream from over there, I'm going to take my headset. So if I do a live stream, I'm going to be taking my headset. I'm not taking my microphone now. I'm not going to take all that. I'm just going to I usually take this. I take my laptop. I take my SDR. Now I could do a band scan with SDR. But again, I want to see how the internet is. Because I don't think the internet is I know in Florida the internet wasn't that fast. It was very slow actually. It was I forgot what service she had. I forgot what service they had over there. I think it was a CenturyLink. When we were in Florida, I forgot what she had. It was not like the best internet or AT&T. I forgot which one they had. It was not the best. And plus, oh yeah, and plus at that time she was doing remote. She was doing remote. She works remotely. She works from home, so she was using the internet a lot for that. So I think that's the other reason why I didn't want to do live stream over there because. But at that time, I had just started doing live streaming here, so I didn't really think about it. But at that time, I don't think it would have worked out anyway because her internet was not that fast. So, but it would be nice if I could do it. If I could do it, it'd be nice. Like if I could do a band scan with SDR live while I'm in Indiana, yeah, that would be nice to do one and see what I could pick up. You know, I enjoyed those here. I was thinking about doing that today. I was gonna come on here with the SDR and just do another band scan. But right now it was like when I came on, it was around 11 o'clock. You know, daytime is not much stations right now. So, but yeah. Well, let me see what happens when we go over there. See what kind of connection we have. Yeah. Excuse me. Well, let me see. You know, like I said, we'll see. We'll see what happens Thursday. I had that interview on Thursday, and I just want to hear what they're gonna tell me because they wanted to still speak to me. I didn't think they were gonna. I didn't think they were gonna. They wanted to talk to me after the last time I was with them. And then my recruiter said, he found me on Indeed, and he said, "Oh no, they want to talk to you anyway." I said, "Oh, they still want to talk to me? Okay." I was like, "Okay, I'll listen to them." Indeed, it is. Indeed. Let me refresh. Yeah, let me close this stuff down. I'm gonna get ready to pick up my son in about 45 minutes. So I got this one hooked up. Let me see that. The one I want to gosh. Gosh. Now I'm thinking about selling it now. I don't know why I'm thinking about selling it. Yesterday there was a contest. And I was like, man, but then I forgot that I had set it up for digital so I want to resetting it because I forgot I changed so many settings on it. So I just wind up because I'm still learning this radio. And I was about to what's the call sign? What's the guy's name? This is from Texas. I wrote it down. Anyway, he's running like 1400 watts. So he was on 10 meters. There was contest. So people calling. One guy from Yonkers called in. I heard him. His name is Chris. Oh, cool. So his name is Chris. I heard it. He was talking to the what's the guy? What's the guy's name? Let me look him up real quick. Oh, right here. That's his call sign. The guy from Texas. Oh my God! Why this doesn't go there? Yeah, Alan. Okay, it says Alan. Al. So his call sign is N5XZ. So I guess he was running around 1400 watts. And I heard him tell, I just tried to let me put it on and let me monitor, let me just hear it. And I was about to, but I forgot I set that thing up. I changed so many settings on it. And I was like, by the time I went to look for I said, you know what? Yeah. So I wanted to resetting it. So now I need to fix all the settings that I want for it. And then I'm going to be using this one for voice only. That's it. But then the funny thing is somebody from Yonkers called. His call sign was KD, like almost like mine, KD2. But then his last three was different. It was like KD2 something. I'll take care, Mo. And thank you for stopping by. And yeah, it was like KD3. And he said, I'm from Yonkers, New York. And I said, what's in it? He said, Chris. I said, oh, okay. Yeah, so it's another guy. He's a technician. And I was like, and he sounded clear. And I said, boom. I was like, man. But I don't know what radio he was using. So I have to look him up now. I have to look him up because what it was. When I had got my license, it tells you all the new hams in this area. I forgot where it was at. They tell you all this area. And that was one of them. It was that Chris guy. So, Chris, if you're listening out there, you can stop by here and say hello. He's from Yonkers, too. Yonkers. And we had almost the same call sign. The first three are the same. A lot of it right now is the same. KD2. And then I think he had a Z also, but then his last two was different or something. I forgot. I have to look it up. And I was doing something. I was thinking, I was like, damn. And so anyway, I have to, I actually had to download the manual because I can't find mine. I can't find it. I thought I had it in there, but I can't find it somewhere around there. So I downloaded it and I have to go through because that's what I did yesterday. I set everything up yesterday. I put my scanner up here. That's what I was doing yesterday for a couple of hours. So I wanted to put a scanner from here up here. And then I put the speaker that was here. I put it up here for this one. And then I finally put this here. So now it's all hooked up to the end fed. And of course the microphone's right here for the Yaesu. So now I got everything hooked up for this. And that's just gonna be for the I'm not gonna I was gonna use that for FTA because I'm thinking that only because of the power. Maybe use a Yaigu for the voice. And use that one because now I figured out what it was wrong. It was this. The DigiRig was fine. It was just a wire. It was a different type of the USB-C. This didn't come with it, by the way. The USB-C that I was using didn't work. And I read somewhere that some USB-C cables, there's 2 extra wires in there. And so I used the one for my phone. And when I put that one in here, hook it to the computer, boom, it worked fine. So I'm thinking about maybe using the Yaesu and hook this up FTA and then just use because that one is 20 watts, man. This one is only 6, maximum 6. And not even. It's literally 5 or whatever. So I'm thinking about switching it. So I don't know. Anyway, right now I'm enjoying the but I'm just gonna use that one for that. But I'm not out of the realm that I may sell it. If I could buy the one that I want to buy. Because then I'm not gonna have use for it other than if I ever go portable. That's the only use I'm ever gonna have for it, for me, what I have now. Because the G90 is also portable. So I don't know. So we'll see. Number time. It's interesting that your last video was on RF noise. My next video will be finding RF noise and eliminating it. Yeah. And that one I found it by accident because it was driving me nuts. That humming. And it would go away. And I think when it went away is because I disconnected the disc cone. Because before I didn't have the disc cone on a switch. I never had the disc cone on a switch until this past few months. Right? So whenever this wasn't being used, it was just disconnected. So that's probably why I wasn't getting the hum. So one day I was switching cables around. I was switching between, I was setting up this one. Wait, I was setting up this one and something else. And I disconnected this because I disconnected this one to make room to wiggle another cable. And I was listening to AM broadcast, but at the same time, the minute I disconnected that, the noise disappeared. So I finally found the source. So the disc cone is picking up the noise from outside. The hum, whatever that hum is coming from outside. And it's bringing it through here. And it's feeding it here. And it's broadcasting on my AM broadcast band. So I tried a couple of things. You know, I had a ground wire that's coming from outside with a cold water pipe. I was gonna bring it, and I was just gonna hook it up here, and that got rid of the noise. Most of it got rid of it. Like 80% of it got rid of the hum, but there was still a little bit of hum. And then the next thing was to do the cold water, the radiator pipe. There's a copper pipe down there, but that thing gets hot, and I don't want to hook that, clip that. I don't want to do all that. And then I just sub it this way, and it worked. I think that's what it could be too, Elmer. You just brought that up right now. I think that it could be the power line. So when I did that, and I said, let me screw it onto this screw, and the hum got eliminated completely. And I think, Elmer, that you bring that up, I was thinking about that too, the power line, the front. Because I got power lines right in the front. I have a transformer and a power line. And I'm thinking that's probably the power line noise. So that's why when the weather gets warmer, I'm going to take that disc cone. I'm going to move it toward the back, the rear of the house, away from the power. Because the power line, this cone is right there. The power line is about 50 feet. You know, the sidewalk and then the power line. But of course, it's high. Power line is above of course, you know. So I'm thinking that I'm going to take that disc cone in the spring when the weather gets warmer. I'm going to move it anyway. I'm going to put it toward the rear of the house, away from the front, and see if that helps. And then if I have to go further back, then I'll just build a mast and put it on the back, you know, on one of the. But I'm hoping the rear of the house, away from it enough that it'll get rid of it. Because I was thinking about that. You bring it up. I was thinking about it. And I'm trying to pinpoint that. It has to be the power line. The power line or the transformer. The power line. Because that's been like that for months. If not a longer time. I just finally discovered it. The source. And that's the only radio antenna that I have. That's the only radio antenna that I have in the front. The other one is a television antenna. But the radio antenna, the disc cone, is the one in the front. Because the MFJ loop is in the chimney, but I may get rid of that one and put the disc cone by the chimney first. So I'm thinking about it because that's far back enough. I may try that first. Put the disc cone on the chimney and see if that helps. If not, then I'm gonna have to put it toward the rear of the house. So I may try the chimney first and then the rear of the house. Because the chimney is toward the rear of the house anyway. It's about 3/4 of the rear of the house. is the chimney. Because that's originally why I put the loop there. I didn't want to put the loop in the front. It would have. That's the spot that I had to put the loop in, and I still had to null it out away from the power. But what's going to happen is the loop is going to come down here to the backyard, further away from all that, and the disco is going to wind up in the chimney or the rear of the house. And the television antennas, where the disco is at now, my new television antenna is going to go there. I'm going to put one there, but I'm going to put a bigger one. I'm going to get rid of that mess that I have there of smaller antennas all combined. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to put a bigger antenna there in the place of where the disco is at now in the front. That's going to be a Yagi style, a directional television antenna. Because I need it to be more in the front because of it needs to be line of sight because of the foliage over here. All these trees are still there. And in the summertime, they're just going to get worse. So I need that little opening to point the antenna toward New York City. So I can get the best possible signal with the amount of channels. I have to point it toward New York City. So for that one, I'm going to get the Televis. Let me see what would depend on the price. It's probably going to be the Televis. It's a directional antenna. It's about $150 though. It has the amplifier too. So, and that's the one I'm going to want to use. And that's the one it seems to be the one I want to look into. Because I have omnidirectional, they're not doing the job. I need a directional. Boom, right into the. Even though I'm not far, even though I'm only 15 miles away from New York City, or 16, give or take, from the Empire State Building and so on. I'm surrounded by hills, so that's why I need to make up for it with the gain on the directional antenna. I try omnidirectional. It's not. It suffers. I get a lot of signal. My signal is not that strong on some channels. And plus, the directional is bigger. It's bigger. It's a lot bigger. It's gonna be in a bigger. So. Yeah, and that's a new transformer because they just replaced that Then the front of my house, there's a utility pole, right? There was an old one that had the old transformer. They got rid of that one. They put a new utility pole right next to that one. It's a wooden pole, of course, wooden. And they switched everything over to the new utility pole, and there's a new transformer on that one. Yeah, I know they can be bad. I know, and that one is bigger. The old one was a cylinder, right? The old one is like a cylindrical type transformer. This one is a big rectangular, it looks like a big box. So that one looks bigger. So it could be that too. It could be the new one. You know? But I'm definitely going to move the disco out of it. Because I was going to do it anyway. Because I want to put the television one up front and then the disco, I'm going to put it toward the back. Because I want to put it on the reason why I want to put it on the chimney, because the chimney give me more support. I could put a little taller mass. So I could get the disco a little bit higher on the chimney. You know, even if it's a couple of more feet. I know it don't sound like a lot, but you know, even if I get 2 or 3 feet, an extra 3 feet out of it in terms of height because of the chimney. So I was thinking about that. And plus I'm gonna and that's another thing. I didn't ground the mass. I didn't ground it. Yeah. Pay a thug to shoot at it, and the power company will have to replace it. Yeah, right. You know, but you know what? If because I thought that the NFED would pick that up, and the NFED didn't. He does. I'm surprised the NFED is not that noisy because of that. I don't know. It could be the power line. It could. I hope it is that, but I'm hoping it's something that I could call them up and say, listen, this is causing problems. Because I could call them up and say, listen, this is causing problems. You know, I've been trying to listen to whatever broadcast band for a number for since you guys installed that transformer. I can't hear the broadcast band at all. It's nothing but humming all day, all night. So I don't know. But you know, I don't want to call them. I don't want to do all that yet until I know, because I want to move it. I'm going to move it anyway. I wanted to move it because I'm getting all my. I have HF up there, the loop and all that. I want to take all that HF stuff is up down here now, and then VHF, UHF stuff is going to be up there. So now that I know that that could be a problem with the disco, I'm going to move it toward the back. And let me see if that could take care of it, then fine. If not, then hey, gotta pay a thug. Gotta pay a thug. Shoot at it. You know, something. I don't know. And that's the same people that destroyed my sidewalk when they put the utility pole in. They still haven't. It's still a mess. Same utility. Con Ed. That's our utility is Con Ed. Con Edison. Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that, pulling out that old card. Like, yeah, I'm a licensed amateur operator. I know what I'm talking about. You got a dirty transformer, you. I know, right? Gonna put out that card. Do you know who I am? If you can show proof of emissions, yeah, well, I have to. Maybe, like I said, well, you know, go outside with the radio, and when I go right next to you, it gets stronger as I go to the pole. You know, I need to do that. I haven't done that in a while, in a few years. I did it with the old one. I went outside with a radio, and I was walking around until. But it wasn't. That wasn't the problem. It was somewhere else that the noise was really loud. I have to try it. See if that, you know. I don't know. Yeah. If I can show proof of emission, they have to fix it because you have a federal radio license and showing that you know what you're talking about. That's how you do it. An amateur radar is not held lightly in many cases. Yeah, I know. Because it doesn't surprise me if it's that. It won't surprise me because I've seen the way they work. They're not exactly, they're very sloppy. I've seen the linemen, the way they work up there, and they're very sloppy. I mean, it's sloppy. And they leave all that stuff all over the, when they gone, they didn't even clean up. They left all the scrap all over the street, or like the clippings. They left all that all over the street. And when they put the utility pole, like the other one, they even level it. You know, I'm looking at it like that pole is not level. It's already tilting like this. It's not level. They just put it in there. Like, you could eyeball it and know it's not level. You don't even need, you know, you could eyeball it and see that it's not level. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's not level. That pole is not level. So they could sit there with a straight face and act like it's level. It's not. Hey, well, I'll look into it when you know. But right now, I'm just thinking about Thursday because I'm kind of like I'm not. I know I'm not looking forward to that one because I don't know who I'm gonna see there. If I see my old supervisor there, the other one, the one that I'm gonna try to be civil. I'm gonna hear what they're gonna say, and then I'm gonna say okay, and I want to hear how much they're gonna offer. If they're gonna make it, if they make an offer, because it better be a lot more than what I got paid last time. That's for sure. For me to put up with that nonsense again, it better be, it better be, it better be more than what it was before. How much time? Did you know if you enter a country that does not have a U.S. ambassador, being that you hold a federal license, you're officially a U.S. ambassador of that country? I didn't know that. Wow, ambassador. I didn't know that. That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's interesting, Elmer. No, I know when you said about the when you make a complaint to them that the fact that that's true, and even HOA. Like I seen news articles that there was this one guy, he had an antenna, it was not even that big. It was the kind of it wasn't out, it wasn't crazy, and they were trying to like really harass him, HOA, and then he just pulled out that card. Listen, I'm a radio operator, blah 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 blah. This is this right here can whatever, but they couldn't do nothing to him. Because they were complaining that it was an eyesore. That's what they were basically complaining. It wasn't. They weren't complaining that it was interfering. Because they weren't complaining that the while he was his radio was interfering with every. That wasn't the complaint. The complaint was it was an HOA complaint. It was an eyesore, and he said, well, unless the radio is interfering with anything in it, you got no grounds. You got no grounds to, stop me from what I'm doing. And he won the case. It was on the news. I remember it was on the news a few years ago. It was a local story, but I think it was in New Jersey. And it wasn't even an HOA. It was just a couple of, because it wasn't even an HOA neighborhood, I believe. It was just a couple of people complaining. And they told us, listen, unless what he's doing is interfering, like his signal is interfering with whatever you guys are trying to do, like either watching television or whatever, then you got no grounds to tell the man why he can't put on his roof, on his backyard. And that's what happened. I see some of these setups. Oh my god, like what the not the hex beam. What's that? Oh my god, I've seen some that are like ridiculous. Yeah, I know. See, when my sister was living in Florida, it was an HOA. I had an incognito. I had to just to put the MLA 30. I had to be careful. I put it on the side of the house behind a hedge because I know they were gonna complain to her. Why is that loop antenna right on the side of your house? There's no way I can live in. I can't live in a place like that. I can't live in a place like that because I haven't done it here because I don't have a lot of room. I got a dish in the garage. It's a KU band. I have a dish. Of course, you can use that for other stuff, right? Other radio-related stuff. I have a dish. It's a big one. It's not the C-band one, but it's a big KU band one. It's pretty big. I could use that also for radio. But I don't. If I had like acres, I would put that up, and I would use that for other stuff. for radio stuff even. And I wouldn't put it here because I just don't have the room. It'll be too. It's the infant is already kind of like flying over the yard, but but I don't want. I'm not gonna. I don't want to move to a place where you're gonna stop me from doing that. No, hell no, no. Yeah, HOA are notorious for going against ham antennas, the ARRL, and other ham fight against. Yeah, of course. And that's not only antennas, that's just everything with HOA. I know where my sister lived at. If the grass is not cut a certain way, yeah. That's what I was thinking too about the moon bounce. Because I have one. I have a big one. I just need to get I need a big mount for it. And even if I don't use it for satellite, I was thinking about just keeping that for that. If I ever want to do moon bounce and stuff like that. So I have one. It was given to me. They were gonna throw it out. It was in a company. It was a Craigslist ad. Big satellite dish free, and I was like, KU band. I think it was a 90 centimeter one. It's a big one. It's about this one. Almost like over a meter or so. Pretty big. And it's a KU band. I know it's a KU band. Yeah, I'm about to sign off in a few minutes. Because in a couple of minutes, actually, in about a few minutes, I'm about to sign off. So I'm gonna, because my son is 2:22 right now. I'm about to get ready to. We're gonna go pick him up. So I think we're gonna take him out to lunch today. It's a nice day outside. It's 50 degrees and it's sunny outside. I think we're gonna go take him to eat somewhere. So yeah, big dishes are great for moon bounce off the reflector left by the astronaut. Yeah, I know they left a whole bunch. I know they left reflectors up there and all that. And yeah. So 8992 upper sideband U.S. military operations. Yeah, but I'm gonna sign off. It's 2 hours and 28 minutes. 8 people watching. Thank you for watching. I may come back later on today, but if not, I'll be here tomorrow. So thank you, Elmer. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.